it's October, so that means it is time to do a brand new Halloween themed 3D thing. So we're going to do that today, and this is also going to be a sponsored live stream courtesy of XPPen, who are giving away 2 of their tablets through this stream. I get to choose who I'm giving it away to, and it's randomly selected. So if you're watching this stream and you are going to stick around and comment, I am going to randomly select one of you guys to give away a tablet. So that's really cool. This is through YouTube, by the way. So if you're watching through Twitch, jump onto the YouTube chat, and then you can be a part of that as well. All right. So just give me 1 sec, and we can get started. All right. We are going to open up Critter, because I haven't actually got an idea yet. We're gonna start doing an idea today to make this work. So let's open up Critter and start sketching. We're going to keep it pretty loose with this one. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to give me one as I draw this out. If you hear knocking at the door, that's my daughter. All right, let's go ahead and open up a brand new image. We're going to start with a brand new image, and we're going to go with, let's see, let's go with an A4. Nah, let's just go with a larger resolution thing. Cool. All right, so let's go with 3000 by 3000 pixels. How's that sound? That'll do. Create. Sweet. And yeah, of course, if you're online and you want to say hello, feel free to say hello. Let's just make sure that hey, how you doing? Matteo, thank you for joining. I can't tell if anyone's chatting yet because, yeah, my Streamlabs has not been used in a while and it didn't want to hook it up. All right. Oh, there it goes. Now it's working. Fantastic. Great. If anyone's on Twitch as well, jump onto YouTube to get into the chat. Oh, thank you for joining, everyone. Cheers. Oh, thank you very much about the kind words. Yeah, my family's doing really well. We're still getting sick every second week, but at least I can do it today. I can do the stream today. It's gonna be good. We're probably gonna be online for about an hour or two to get this thing done, and we'll probably continue this each weekend. This would be the only weekend to do a live stream, not live stream, a giveaway to kick it off, but it's gonna be good fun anyway. Thanks for joining, Luca. Thank you for joining. All right, sweet. So I think I'm gonna do like a Halloween witchy thing. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple, pretty fun, and I reckon we're gonna start off by just sketching out some concepts, and then we'll jump into 3D later in the stream. I'm not gonna take it too seriously with this one. It's gonna be good fun, and yeah, just play it loose. I'm using a tablet for this, so I will be sketching it with a tablet. Oh, thank you for joining, DJ Quickstep. Appreciate it. Good to see some activity. Awesome. Cool. Sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start sketching. I don't have any idea really in my mind about what I'm gonna do, but it's part of the fun anyway. So I think I'm clicking too far, and I'm gonna try and keep this using free software. So I'm not going to be using any Adobe software for this. I'm not going to be using Substance Painter or anything like that. So this is purely a free software live stream. All right. So if you watch this and you can see what I'm doing, it means that if you have a small budget, then you can probably follow along and do the same thing with the same tools. So I really want to try and get this done with just the one tool. So I'm going to use Critter for this. This is free. Got hit by a hurricane and been a rough week, so I can't tell you how excited I am. Oh, thank you. And also, I'm sorry to hear about the hurricane, man. I'm seeing it on the news over here in Australia, and it sounds horrible. So I hope things are going well for you. I hope things recover quickly for you as well. So thank you for joining as well, considering all that as well. Cool. So I'm just going to start with a pencil. I'm gonna start sketching out this sort of idea that I have. I have this idea of just like a witch sitting on a giant pumpkin. Something simple. I'm good, thank you, Rasheb. I'm doing really well. Um, yeah, been busy with a lot of things. I've in the last few months I've gotten a new job as a rigger in a game studio. So I've been working in a game studio. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of challenges as well. It's been really cool though. I'm working on some really fun stuff. Can't wait to show you guys as well what we're working on. But yeah, I'm gonna start with this base. It's just gonna be a giant pumpkin of sorts. Yay! Thank you for joining. And if anyone has any questions along the way, feel free to ask. So I'm going to start by just giving an idea of the framing of this thing. Let's zoom out a little bit. Cool. If anyone's wondering, I'm using the XPPen Artist Pro for this, Artist Pro 16. So I'm not using a huge tablet. I'm using a sort of comfortable sized tablet for this. I actually prefer the smaller tablets over the larger ones these days because it sits nicer on the desk. For those who are here, again, and who are commenting, there is a giveaway, courtesy of XPPen. It's an anniversary giveaway. So 2 Deco 640s, I think they're called. So they're like little tablets. They're really cool and great for sort of a starter tablet. So if you haven't got one yet, stick around for the whole stream. And I'll probably announce the first giveaway on in about an hour, maybe half an hour. And then the next one, and then the second giveaway will be at the end of the stream. So feel free to jump in. Yeah. Well, hopefully this will for those for Rashid. If you watch this, hopefully this will give you back your spark, huh? So I'm going to try and what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try and sort of encapsulate the character around this circle, and then I'm going to try and fill it up with some stuff along the way. So there we go. All right, cool. So this is the sort of pumpkin. I know it's weird, but I just have to just put a little. I'm gonna put a little template face here. And it might not need a face because it's going to be covered by her body. Going to start with just a little bit of a template there, and then let's see what we can do about the pose. Worldwide, yep, there are some exceptions. I've put it in the description. There are some places that XPPen can't ship to, so look at the description and you'll see. I think unfortunately, according to the shipment details, XPPen is currently unable to ship to the Middle East except for United Emirates and Saudi Arabia, India and Africa. So, and for South Africa, some other countries, customs charges may be occurred but is not covered. So most places in the world, but unfortunately to Africa and India is not possible at this stage. So I'm sorry about those who can't be a part of it. All right. So what am I making? I'm making a Halloween themed image. So I'm going to be doing this over the next couple of weeks, I think. So up until the end of October. So we'll try and get a few more live streams going along the next few weekends. So in this case, I'm going to try and do a character. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to have a character sort of sitting on top of the thing, the pumpkin, and I'm going to try and work out a pose. I'm not the best when it comes to working out like dynamically working out poses. So let's just do one leg up. Let's see if we can add a bit of a heel. And then maybe one leg will be down like this. How's that sound? Sorry about that. Yeah. Well, yeah. Keep out for the stream, and who knows what can happen in the next few weeks. Who knows? Hopefully those rules can change. You never know. All right, cool. I think that's looking all right. We can do it this. Let's go with something like this. Maybe put a foot down like this. Again, I'm just making this stuff up, so it's very much prone to change. Let's get her body leaning this way. And I might just do, ooh, yeah, okay, I got an idea. Yep, I think I have a good idea now. So we're gonna get her body up like that, and then maybe have her arms straighten out. One arm straightened out like this, and then one arm sort of either holding up a wand or holding up some sort of, oh, what could I, this is a good question. What can you tell me to do when your spark is off? It might help me. I'd say if you're having trouble getting the motivation to do anything, I'd say one thing I'd probably do is, I don't think drawing like to get rid of to bring back a spark is going to help. So what I would suggest is probably just going outside, going outside and doing other things that can help inspire you. So going for walks, going to nature, trying to find things that you new experiences that can help inspire you to sort of put those to paper. If that makes sense. I think that's a good way of doing it. Otherwise, it's it becomes more of a chore to force yourself. So you don't want to force yourself to get a spark back because it never works. If that makes sense. So that's what I would say about that. It's probably the best way I would say, because like even me, like I haven't had much time to work on my own personal stuff as well, but it's only because I've been working on other things. But if you're too sick or you're feeling unwell, it's no point in forcing yourself to try and do things. Like it's just not going to work. So I'd say just take a break and really assess things that really are important to you right now, and then come back to it. There's no rush with these things as well, especially if you're not doing it for anyone in particular. All right, so with this, I'm gonna try and now I'll try make this pose a little bit more dynamic in a moment, but I just want to try and get the bones of it done. Just sort of figure out like where I want the hands and where I want the arm, the sort of the overall structure to be. And I might try and get this to bend as well a little bit in the way of this circle. Try and fill it up. Let's try and get a really big brimmed hat. Let's try and put a face in first so I know exactly where it is. So let's put a head in there. Give him a pumpkin head with a crown. Oh, I could do that. This is gonna be a witch. I'm gonna make this into a witch. Classic Halloweeny stuff. Let's make the hat as big as possible, I reckon. Now, as for her hand here, I'm not sure what I'll do here with her hand. What I would have in her actually, I could put a broom in their hand. Actually, that could work. That actually would. That'd actually be pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it really classic. I think in this case, I don't want to overthink it. Yeah, it's a large hat at the moment for sure. Let's go like that, and I can make the canvas bigger. I can make the image smaller. Actually, I might make the image smaller at this stage. So Let's just bring this down a tad. Oops, wrong one. Where's my controls? Control Shift. There we go, that's better. There we go. That's cool. Yeah, throwing check. So yeah, here we go. I think this is gonna be fun. Let's just go like this. There we go. That's the broom. Now, what do you guys think of the pose? Yeah, it's coming together, I think. I think this will work. I'm going to give this a bit more shape. Now, the question is, like, how cartoony do I want this to be? Do I want it to be cutesy, or do I want it to be, like, sort of pin-uppy? I'm going down... I'm feeling like it would be probably easier and a little bit more fun to go down the sort of cutesy route. I don't want to make it too... And it's probably more stream-friendly, all things considered. And I can probably play with the proportions as well to be a bit more fun. Can I ask a serious question? I've been struggling with drawing for a while now, and I feel like I don't even have the talent I once had. Do you ever feel like that? I feel like that all the time. Like right now, I'm drawing. I'm drawing this image, and I always know what my weaknesses are as an artist. Like I'm not the best figure artist. Like when it comes to like doing dynamic poses and stuff like that. Like I'm just not a natural at it. I never was practiced in it. I'm very much more in the sort of graphical art style of drawing. Like I'm more of a designer than I am a figure artist or a character artist, which is why you don't see me do a lot of really dynamic poses in my characters. I would like to practice a little bit more with that, but I'd say if you want to really learn a certain kind of style, then the only way you can do it is just find a mentor, I think, because or have someone like actively teach you, because it's really difficult to just do it on your own, I find. But I feel like at the same time, just finding the right resources as well is also really important, and just sticking to those. All right, so let's just go and give her a bit more shape. Yeah, I think that's going to be fun. This is going to be... do you balance pencil art and digital art, or do you just do digital nowadays? Just curious. Sometimes I just sketch. I usually do like really loose sketches on paper, and then I'll jump over to digital. So sometimes if I have a really good idea and I don't have a computer nearby, I'll do it on paper, and then I'll sort of refine it in digital. I will say that like my pencil drawing skills have kind of gone down the toilet a little bit. I'd love to be able to do it a bit more often and get away from the computer screen. So yeah, it can be a bit of a pain for sure. There's a big pumpkin. Oh, thank you, that Pro Crow. That hat and broom is having a convergence points, or is that thing where two... Yeah. That's definitely the case. I'll definitely fix up that brim. The brim will either be shorter or bigger. So I can either make it bigger and get it to come really far. Yeah, you're right. So like you got to have it sort of overlap. The question is like, how do I want the face to look? So let's go and like bring this in a bit closer. Oops, I'm gonna get too close. And let's play with, do I want the face to look this way? Nah, that looks like shit. Let's go this way. Now you can see it's looking really messy, and I stick with it messy for quite a while. Now, as for her smile and where her face is going to be, let's go with... Let's go with the expression first. Let's go with, should she have a crooked nose or like a little button nose? I'm not sure yet. Yeah, thanks for joining Night Crow. Night Cow, sorry. And Mando, rigging a character while watching, just using blend rig. Yeah, that sounds good. That's cool. Blend rig is an advanced rigging tool though. I wish you luck. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna give her like little cat eye. Yeah, cat eyes are actually a cool idea. I'm gonna give her cat eyes. And as for her nose, I'm not sure what I'll do for her nose, but probably like something a bit more pointy, I reckon. Yeah, I'm gonna go pointy and go like cartoony with the shape. Yeah, I reckon cartoony, like very cartoony, and let's see. Yeah, that's a good. I think it's a good shape there. Now, I'm wondering if I should go with a more cartoony mouth, actually, now. So something like, should I go like bean-shaped? Like this? So I'm going to go, I was thinking about like, should she even be smiling? That's a good question. Should she have a teethy smile? Actually, I think, yeah, that's cool. I like this idea. I'm going to go with like pointy teeth, but like a textured effect. So something like this. And I can go with, I'm getting button nose question thing saying this, so I can go like this. Button nose seems to be the way to go. So let's just switch over to a button nose. Something like that could be work. Let's see about the eyes. Let's try and play with the eyes a little bit more again. So let's stick with the sort of the sharp quality of this. And I might make her eyes a bit bigger though. More cartoony. But I might go with, there we go. I like that. That's cool. This is more in my wheelhouse. Oh shit! Sorry about the car crash, Night Cow. Hope you're feeling okay. Hope you don't have a concussion or anything like that. Was it a big accident? Obviously, you're home safe at least. So that's good to hear. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Should she have, yeah, pointy ears. I reckon pointy ears. Yeah, this is coming together. I think it's coming together. All right. Now the question is, what kind of hair should she have now? Should it be sort of tied up, or should it have like, I reckon braids. You're gonna make it. I'm gonna make it hard for myself by having to have braids, but or like, or should it be like just tied up? Like, I don't know. Any suggestions here? Any suggestions at all? This is very early days, isn't it? So yeah, go on and give some suggestions on the. Oops, I'm gonna tab back into the drawing. Sorry, let's go that again. Tab back. There we go. Now we can draw. Ah, Jesus, that's a pretty hard accident, dude. 60 miles. Is it? I'm guessing 60 miles or 60 kilometers. Either way, that's quite a hard little thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going down the pigtail effect as well. So like sort of in that sort of vein. So I'm gonna go with classic witchy costume like that, and I'll clean this up in a second as well. But now that she has this sort of like softer design in the face, I'll probably reproportion her body a little bit to be a bit more less realistic and more cartoony. Let's try and I need to erase a few things, a few details as well. So let's go ahead and let's see, eraser. Switch over to the eraser button. This is what I like about XPPen is that like everything's accessible with just the mouse with the tablet pen. You don't really need to use the keyboard and mouse, which is really nice. All right, let's switch back to our pen. Yeah, that's cool. I like this a lot. This is sweet. Yeah, I was thinking about having her ride the broom, but I was like, let's put some more sort of cuts, like sort of what's the word, um, Halloweeny elements. But I think you might be right about the broom thing. I could have her floating there as well, and then have her have something else in her hand. Because you can still sit like this on the broom. You just have to have her holding the broom, like with her hand. Actually, it does make sense. Let's just try this out. Let's just save this, which I need to do anyway. Which. All right, let's try that out. Let's try and put just this broom. Let's make a brand new layer. Let's like duplicate the layer, and we'll choose which one looks better between the chat. So let's go ahead and duplicate, hide the other one, and let's swap out the details. So let's go ahead and grab our eraser brush and make that a little larger. Let's get rid of the pumpkin. We're going to keep the pose because she can like, the term would be side saddle. So she can still sit on the broom like this actually, if you think about it. It'd just be like it'd be like a cut, like a silly thing. So the only thing I'd say is that we should put something else in her hand to give it a bit more of a change in balance. So like, I'm getting pros on the broomstick. I mean on the pumpkin. So let's see how we go. Because this circle can also be a full moon, mind you. That's a cool idea. A pumpkin grenade or something like that. All right, cool. I would put her hand in like this. So let's replace her hand. So she's now holding onto the broom. So something like this. And now it's getting really cartoony with those hand shapes. I'm actually liking that a lot. And then on her, she can either be holding the brim of her hat or she can be holding something in her hand. So actually, that's a cool idea. I can do a cocktail. Put a cocktail in her hand with a pumpkin, like a little pumpkin drink. So it would be like, let's grab her finger. Let's grab the brush again. So something like this, where it's sort of like, this is actually pretty cool. I actually like this idea. So maybe this this witch is on holiday. Open up the little, and it could be a skull, mind you, as well. It could be a skull cocktail, but just I can imagine the color palette being pretty good with this as well. Let's erase some of that hat just for now. All right, this is cool. I like this actually. I can put a little parasol in it. Let's go like this. This way would be the way to do it because the straw needs to go this way. And then we'll do a little parasol. And then in the pumpkin, it can have like little fumes coming out. This is cool. I like this. Don't drink and brim bright. Yeah, exactly. You know, this is cool. I like this. Good suggestion. Is a tablet you're using a pen tablet or a screen tablet display? It's a screen tablet display. This one. This is the Artist Pro 16. Generation 2, mind you. This is cool. That is smart. Johnny Edwards, thank you. A basic witch and a pumpkin spice latte. That is very true. To give it a bit more pizzazz, instead of ponytails, I'm going to go with hair, but I'm going to have it sort of flowing like that. That's cool. That gives it plenty of, yeah, I like this. Yep, this is cool. Yep, this is awesome. Can you Looney Tunes start art style with this? Yes, I could Looney Tunes start, like give it a bit of a Looney Tunes-esque feel to it. It'd be a bit more limited in its sort of design with the shape of the body and stuff, but it can be sort of altered and to fit. This is coming up really well, I think. Yeah, I'm excited to make this into 3D. Let's see. All right. So let's go and just adjust this leg a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the selection brush. This one here. Yep. We're going to transform, free transform. Where is this? Transform tool. Yep. Yep, that's better. Actually works better too. It actually gives it a bit more dynamism. All right, cool. Yeah, and then her hand can rest on the, yeah, it's working out now. It's all coming together. All right, deselect, and let's get this going here. Yeah, this is cool. All right, so we're going to now round out her silhouette. We're just going to clean up her silhouette a little bit. Just get rid of this stuff here. And try and really push this now a little bit. All right. Let's try and get her a little bit more, sort of, a little bit more negative space in between her neck and her head. And I'm going to keep the shapes pretty sharp. That's cool. All right. Maybe her right leg could be further to the left. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I just fixed it. All right. Just gotta fix up this part here. This part here is looking pretty naff. So let's just go ahead and replace this a little bit. And I'll stick to the pen here. What I need to do is sort of let's see what can make this work. I'll probably bring this pumpkin a little bit closer now. So what I'm going to do is grab this area. All right. Free transform. Bring this a little closer. Yeah, that looks a bit better. So it's almost like resting on her hand. I mean, like, depending on how you see it, it could be a bit messy, a little bit too much negative space, like not enough distinction between the arm and the leg here, but we'll see how we go. I think it'll be fine. Let's just remove that selection again. And yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna keep those gloves as well. Yeah, there we go. That works. That looks cool. All right. So, as for her clothes, what were you gonna do? What does a witch look like? I have to look that up. All right, let's have a look. I'm just gonna use some reference online. Let's keep it simple. Usually long. Let's not go as long though. Okay, cool. I think I know what we can do. We'll do it with a skirt, and then we'll do stockings. Yeah, we'll go with the classic look. Yeah. All right, cool. So for this, sorry, let's have a look. We're gonna go with stockings and big boots. So the boots can be almost knee high. I'm not sure if I should have like a little lip. It does help add a little bit of, yeah, it does help add a little bit of, you could do a cape. Or it could be like one of those little, yeah, like little Red Riding Hood things. That could work. Where it sort of sits like that. Yeah, that works all right. I think that's going to look cool. Like these sort of things. Where it sort of sits like that. But I'm not sure if it will... It could kill the silhouette a little bit though. We'll see. We'll see. Let's worry about these parts first. Let's get that. Just get an impression of the sort of the breaking up of the shapes. Should it be like, maybe it should be ankle length boots. A bit lower. Yeah, that will probably sit a bit better on there. A bit more readable. Yeah, I like that better. Shorter ones. Yeah, there is going to be a lot of space beneath the broom, so we can probably do that with. We can probably fix that up with a little bit of just to make it feel like it's part of one giant sort of scene. We would just do it with some background dressing. So like it'd be like sort of like a bit of a cloud underneath her, like so. We can do something like that. And then we can add the moon around her. Like a full moon. To sort of frame her in a sort of lit up area. So that could be one way of doing it. Otherwise, it can be like she does have a cape, so it can have a cape like so, and then that sort of drapes down like this. That could be one way of doing it. That works out quite well too. I'll look up witches with a cape and see if there's anything. Yeah, there's capes. We can do capes. Yeah, let's just add a cape. Yeah. Bats, yep, that could be cool. Yep, that's a good idea. You can do like little bats flying around or like following her. I actually like this idea of like having the cape coming up like that. Yeah, I like your idea of filling up that bottom. So we can do that with a cape flowing. Yeah. Tailcoat. I'll have to look that up. What a tailcoat is. Yeah. Like that's one way of doing it. All right, cool. I think we're doing well here so far. All right, so sweet. All right, cool. So we got this nice. I think it's a pretty fun design too. I think we're coming up pretty good. All right, so with her costume, yeah, this is going to be the model. Hello, Nixu. Terabyte. This will end up becoming a 3D model. So this is like the concept phase. So this is like seeing my latest tutorial in real time, so to speak. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this cape in like this. Yeah, this is going to work like this. And then we're going to sort of break this up a little bit. There we go. Into a little... Yep, that works nicely. Yeah, this is awesome. Now I'm not sure what colors this character will be. Probably just purple and black, honestly. And I might give her a green skin tone. But something like this is going to come up really nice. And we can either have the cape be nice and clean, or we can have it like tattered. Something like that. Yeah, super cool. All right. I actually like the massive hat. I'm going to keep the massive hat. But I'm just going to give it a bit more shape. Now, as for... Yeah, I'd probably... Should I have the hat question for you guys? This is a question for you guys. What do you reckon? Should the hat be facing forward? I'm in the camp of possibly having it facing forward, or should it be this way? So should it be this way? Should it be that way, or should it be a bit more wonky this way? I feel like this way, it makes it feel like it's fitting within the circle, but it also sort of balances out this shape, like in this sort of half moon shape. Forward. Yeah. All right, forward it is. Now, as for that shape, what I want to do is sort of, this is looking a bit stiff up here, like that. I'm going to try and transform this a little bit using the liquify tool. So this one here. I'm going to increase the scale of that. Oops. Where's my brush? Oh, the brush is over here. My bad. Let's get that looking a little bit larger. And we want to... Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I'm going to... And I'll fix this up once, obviously I'm going to fix this up in a second. Ah, that looks a bit weird. Just a little bit. That's a little bit. There we go. I think that will work. Random though. Dual pointy hat goes both ways. Yeah. All right, cool. Anything from the 18th century for the costume. Yeah, I reckon so, of course. Got to keep it that way. All right, sweet. Let's go ahead and grab the brush and start refining the costume a little bit more then. So firstly, let's just clean up that arm because I still need to keep it nice and straight. And I'll probably do a second pass on the drawing before we jump into 3D. Let's just erase that arm a little bit. All right, cool. Oh, I've got the eraser tool turned on. Too much. All right, cool. So I want to widen out that shoulder a little bit to give that a bit more definition. That's looking good. If you haven't seen my streams before, even if you don't know me very well, my style tends to be sharp. I like the sort of sharpness in things. So don't be surprised if you see that happen a lot with this sketching stuff, this sketching phase. All right, let's give this a little bit of a detail here. Like so. Now the thing about doing characters with sharpness, it is really difficult to actually make it look good, I find, in 3D. Like 3D tends to lean itself, especially with characters and organic stuff, to be softer. So I really want to try and see if I can get this to look cool in 3D. Have you asked you if you use Diffusion AI or for Critter? No, I haven't used anything like that yet. Not inside of drawing software yet. But yeah, my friends use it really effectively, using their 3D concepting. Even they actually use it for like the actual projects. They use it really effectively. They don't use it in just basic terms though. They use it with animation and all sorts of stuff. So there may be a time where I start using it a little bit more often, but not yet. I haven't had the compulsion to try it, put it that way. Not properly, at least. Yeah, cool. I think that's looking really cool. All right, so as for her clothing, because she's got her legs up, I don't know if I should go with the skirt. It will look a bit odd having to... Oh, maybe. It could work still. It just depends on how it drapes over this part here, whether I can make it work. So we'll be stretching out like that. That could work. I reckon it can still work. I'll go with a one piece. It's not going to be a skirt, but it'll be a one piece, like a dress, rather than a skirt. And I'll put a belt on. I think that works. Yep, nice and simple. Big buckle. It's almost looking like Bewitched. The Bewitched introduction cartoon. Yeah, cool. Yeah, leggings are definitely going to be the case. In fact, I can either go with... I'm not sure if I'm going with like straight leggings or will I go with fishnets. Let's see how this looks. Nah, not fishnets. It's too... Nah. I might go with a pattern on the leggings actually, like little skulls. That'd be fun, or bats. Probably skulls. Let's just go with little. I'll put a little indication of what that would look like. One. That's cool. I like this. This is cute. I'm sticking with the cute. All right. The cute Halloween, not the creepy Halloween. I was thinking about doing creepy Halloween, but I was like, yeah, it's too much. It's too much effort. All right. All right. So we're coming up to the first hour. So I will do my first. In a few minutes, I'll probably do the first random giveaway. So make sure you get your comments in. As long as you've commented, and you're online right now. You're part of you're eligible. You're eligible. So make sure that you are commenting. Make sure that you're participating, and that way I can see you to pull your name out from a hat, if so to speak. And the hat is just my brain. All right. All right. All right, cool. What do you guys think so far? I think that's really cool. I think this is cool. And we're just in time to finish the first half of this sketch. So I'll probably just jump into 3D soon after this. I'm not going to worry about color or anything like that. Comment, comment, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. How's it feel being back on the stream? Do you guys like it? You enjoy it? I'm actually thinking about opening up a stream on either Patreon or like on a more private Discord channel or something like that, because the streams do tend to kill my channel on YouTube. That's why I stopped doing them earlier last year. I don't know, guys. Did you guys hear that? All right, cool. I think this is really, really fun. This is a really fun little design. And it's going to be really fun to put together for you guys. And of course, this will be available to download. I reckon I'm going to put it up on... I might even make it free to download and inspect after I've done it. So I've seen there's some really cool methods for like blocking out bodies just with this pose, and then sort of straighten them out in T-pose. So I might give that a go today. You had a little child. That is my little child. I will do the A pose when modeling. Yep. I'll probably take this sketch, block it out like with the shapes, and then I'll line it up again as a T pose or an A pose. Probably a T pose, honestly, because I wouldn't mind trying to use the mocap on this. All right, cool. This is super sweet. All right, cool. All right, let's zoom out and get an overall view of this. Yeah, this is cool. I like that. And I can even straighten out that arm. I think I might straighten out the arm on her knee to sort of separate that a little bit more, so I can move. Before I finalize it, I'll select this. Let's move that across over there. Yeah, and then I'll straighten out this arm and sort of have it the drink sort of tilted on her knee. So something like that. Yep. That looks cool. It's already feeling better to me. Deselect. Let's make that a little larger. The hat is intersecting with the drink a little. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to straighten the arm. Exactly what you're saying. Yeah, she's more settled now. Little one's more settled. And it's a Sunday as well, so I was able to obviously get some time to help to do this stream today. Next week I'll be at PAX. I'll be at PAX with XPPen. I know I was saying XPPen a lot, but they're being very nice to me. So they're supporting the channel a lot. They've been supporting the channel for ages, honestly. So which is really cool. So I'll be joining their booth, and I'll be doing some of this stuff. Actually, I might just do some of this stuff at their booth. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I think this is good. I'll fix up the arm later, but I think we got ourselves a good pose going on. All right, cool. Let's see. Wrong one. Let's just put on take off the eraser. So I want to keep that. I'll have the lip of the, yep, that's better. Like that. And then like that. Oops. Why is my eraser bound back? There we go. Why is it now eraser? What's going on? Did I make it white? I did. My bad. Yep, that'll do. Yep, that's cool. Yeah. Tomorrow is, well, the only thing that I can say about today is that it's overcast and a little bit dull. That's about it. All right, cool. I think we got ourselves a design. So with that done, let's get this show on the road. I'm also hoping that you guys either have an email or an Instagram. All right, cool. So of those that are online, let's get a tally. Let's get a tally here. Yeah, I picked the color white by accident, Princess Potion. For those who are online, let's get a tally of people. Everyone who's online, give a thumbs up on the chat, or put an emote on the chat. Just chuck something up in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to put an emote on the chat, and then after 1 minute, random. Okay, go. So right now it is 10:05. Actually, let's keep that going for the next 5 minutes. So you got 5 minutes to put an emote on the chat, all right, and stay online. Okay, cool. We're getting some emotes. Good stuff. All right. We've got 4 more minutes. Everyone, chuck it up. And then once we'll do that, I'll get the names, and then we'll chuck it up on a random thingy, on a random pool. All right, I'll get your names and I'll put them on a random pool. I'm seeing good emotes, lots of emotes. Come on, if you got any Halloween emotes, put them up as well. Good stuff. What is the model of the XPPen prize we're giving away? We're giving away 2. So there's not just one we're giving away today. We're giving 2. So we'll do another tally at the end of this stream. They're both going to be the XPPen Deco. Sorry, let me get the name of it again. My bad. I should know this. I had it down before. Deco 640. So Deco 640. Let's open it up and show you what that looks like. I don't have it on me. Obviously, I'm XPPen will supply the files, the tablet. So the Deco 640 is one of these tablets. So Deco 640. It comes with some nice preset stuff. A good starter tablet, really good quality as well. And yeah, just a perfect little tablet for those who are starting out. Cool. I'm seeing a lot of emotes. Okay, cool. All right. We've got 2 more minutes before we break this down. So keep going, keep going. Sorry if you hear some noise. I'm just gonna put up cool. Seeing lots of cool stuff coming up. Lots of cool emotes. So it was great to see it. All right, cool. We've got 1 more minute, I think. A minute and a half. A minute and a half. It's a lot of cool emotes coming through. Good stuff. Great to see everyone's so excited. So the model is the XPPen Deco 640. I'll leave that open for you guys to see. Let's have a look. Let's open up that little. So this one here. So not only it has a really good pen, I think it has a very similar. It has quite a high pressure sensitivity. So it's 16K pressure levels. So it's the same as the one I'm holding right now in my hand. Same pressure levels on the pen. It's a light portable tablet, perfect for school, perfect for doing hobbyist stuff. If you have a laptop and you take it around town and you want to do a little bit of drawing on the way, perfect for that. Connects to pretty much any device, which is really cool. And I think it's compatible with PC, Mac, and Android. So if you want to use it with an Android tablet or a phone, there you go. You can use your phone with it. So super cool tablet, super great for starting out in your artist journey. So yeah, super cool. And you can actually use it with some sort of gaming as well, which is kind of interesting. Osu. All right. I think we're done. 5 minutes is up. Let's go ahead and do the tally. So we got tons of emotes here. I'm gonna have to just scroll. I'm just gonna bring open the I'm gonna get the chat here. I'm gonna just get the chat, and I'm just gonna randomly pull a name out of the hat. Again, if you're in there are some shipping limitations, by the way. So if you're from India or Africa, unfortunately, you won't be part of the competition. But if you're from anywhere else, you will be good to go. All right. Let's go. I'm just going to randomly pick a name, and wherever my mouse lands on it, this is the winner. And make sure you have an Instagram account or an email that you can send me a message to. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to stop from the top to bottom. All right, scroll. And then up. I'm not looking at the screen. And stop. So, Numako 999. You've won. You've won a tablet, all right? Numako 999. Are you still here? Hopefully you're still here. Numako. I am going to pin you message, all right? You've won, all right? I'm going to pin you up here. You've now won a Deco 640 tablet, all right? Congratulations. All right. So there's still one more to go, all right? There's still one more to go, so stick around in the stream because we're not done yet. All right, so if you have my Instagram is @Dicko Art. Message me now on Instagram, and we'll get your details. If you don't have an Instagram, I'll give you my email. All right, cool. This has been really fun. All right, so you still got a chance to win one. For those who are on the stream, you still got a chance to win one. All right, so we still got a ways to go before we're done with this competition. But yes, please message me on Insta if you haven't. But before the end of the stream at least. I think I just got your message. All right, cool. Yeah, make sure you message me, all right? If not, message me through my email. hello@dicko.art. hello@dicko.art, all right? All right, cool. Let's make sure that's good. So just make sure you get that. All right, cool. So hopefully they message. Opening Insta, thank you. Cool. All right, I'm gonna keep on drawing. I think we're good with the drawing actually. I could do a line art. Let's do a quick little refine pass, and then we'll jump into 3D land and get this sculpting. All right. So so we got our character here, and let's just do some line work. All right. So I'm going to grab a different brush now. Everyone having fun? It's almost 3D. It's almost 3D. We're going to jump into 3D soon. I'm just going to do a quick pass on some line work, and then just so it's easier for me to look at on the screen, and then we'll bring it into 3D. So let's just get this line artwork up a little bit. No worries, Night Cow. Have a good one. Thanks for joining. And rest up. I hope you feel better tomorrow after the accident, because it's a big one. Let's get a different brush. All right, cool. Requests. All right, I'll accept. Thank you. Sweet. I'm just going to reply to Namarco for you. All right, cool. So we got one person down. Great to see. Just make sure that you send your All right, cool. So let's continue on with this. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. So I'm just going to quickly get some line work done on this. I might actually just use the same pencil, just with a thicker brush. Oops, that's too thick. There we go. Maybe I'll use a pen. We'll use a brush. We'll use a brush. All right. So I want to make sure that it's very clear that what I'm drawing will be in our final thing. All right, cool. Now, of course, you can see here that I'm not being super. I'm not going to be super fancy about the detail on the line work. I'm just going to make sure that I have it. It's just clear enough in the final. It's just clear enough in 3D, so I can actually follow this without too much distraction. I forgot to do her eyebrows. Can't believe it. I'm gonna keep her face pretty geometric, actually. So I want to keep it nice and kind of cute with a little bit of a point on the chin. The problem when you do when you start doing the refined line work, sometimes you start to lose out on the energy of the image. So I'm trying not to do that. As well. So as long as it's nice and clear, it should be good. All right. I'll get that little Salem witch costume going on with the collar. So I want to get that little bit of a ruffle in the collar. The only thing that annoys me with the Critter sometimes is I accidentally change the color all the time. There we go. This is cool. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be a really nice little thing. Would anyone like me to post this up somewhere for reference so you guys can actually follow along and try and copy the sculpt? Because I can put this up. I might put this up for free on my Patreon. So you can be a member. You don't have to pay for it though. Just be a free member, and I'll post this up for free up on Patreon. So sign up to Patreon, and I'll post this up for free. So yeah, you won't need to subscribe. And you can use it as a cool Halloween reference for trying this out for yourself. If you don't know what my Patreon is, it's just Dicko. Just look up Dicko Patreon, and yeah, I'll just post this image up for those who want it. Nah, that's not right. We'll keep it soft. There we go. That's looking really cool, even with this like more refined line work. Oh, no worries. It's always fun to give away. I actually prefer just giving stuff away, like when it comes to this sort of content. Um, I put it behind Patreon sometimes, mainly because like it helps just to support the channel. If I get a little bit of financial support, but in cases like this, I feel like just give it away and it just grows on its own. Ah, that's weird. It should be automatic, actually, the Discord. If you're on Patreon and you're a paid subscriber, it should just automatically link to your Discord if you have Discord linked to your Patreon. So that might be the thing as well. You might need to actually link, like, set up your Patreon to have your Discord details. All right, cool. This is looking really nice, actually. All right, cool. I might actually have it flop into the broom. That looks a bit better. Yeah, just give it a little bit of depth by doing that. So the reason why you do a fine pass on the drawing is just for these reasons basically. So you can actually like just make sure that like there aren't any weird tangents like you mentioned before, where we have like overlapping of like things that come together in a weird way. You don't want to have any weird tangents. Those are those parts where things like sort of merge at the same point, and it just keeps make sure that your that those sort of things are avoided. Cool. All right, cool. If you guys have any questions again during the stream, feel free to ask away. This has been really fun. I've been really enjoying this stream, so I'm hoping they'll do this again. And if we don't do it on YouTube, it will be done either on Discord or Patreon, I reckon. All right. Just make sure I got that going on. That's better. All right. So I'm using my brush shrank. Bigger brush. That's the other thing about Krita that's a little bit finicky, is just like the gradient in which a brush size gets. It's like really odd. Like it goes from like just tiny to absolutely huge really quickly on the little bar there. It's not linear. All right, cool. That looks a little odd. Let's just go like this. All right, cool. So we want those boxy boots as well. We'll make sure that those are nice and boxy. But this is, I'm really happy with this little pose we put together today. Good stuff. Stick around. Stick around for more. It's going to be really fun to do these little skull patterns, I reckon, as well. I'm hoping that Krita has a pattern tool if I'm going to try and avoid using Photoshop. No worries. Have a good one, Terabyte. Appreciate it. All right. Let's make sure. All right, cool. Tangent on the cape and the bottom pigtail. Yes, good point. Good stuff. Thank you for pointing that out. So let's go ahead and fix that one. So the tangent, let's get the cape going, overlapping here. Like that. Of course, in 3D, the tangents won't be as noticeable because obviously it's going to be in 3D, so it's going to be a lot of depth there. Actually, that cape line should be a little bit like, this is the cape, so it should be like this. Whoop. That looks better. Let's get some good stuff going on there. Now, as for the broom, the question is like, am I going to do like a super realistic broom with like strands, or am I going to do a sculpted broom? I reckon it'll be a sculpted broom, if you're wondering. All right, this is coming out really nicely. I'm really liking this this concept. And now it gives me something to do on the at the XPPen booth on at PAX as well. Can you recommend mixing brushes? I'm not sure what you mean. So like, I just use the default set in Krita. Krita's blending brushes are really good by default. So if you scroll down here and you go to anything that has the icon, like any of these ones here are really good for just mixing and blending. Yeah, I just use the defaults, honestly. And I just go with whatever works for the image. So if I need a softer blend, then I'll just try and find a softer, a softer brush that does it, that hits those elements, so to speak. I might simplify those shapes here to get sort of like just Batman-esque shapes there. Let's do a hair. And we want to sort of, I'm going to have it sort of sit, like come a bit more like that. Instead of just being like everywhere and being sort of blocky right now. like if you look at the shape, it's sort of like square. We don't want that. I'm going to try and give it a bit more of a, almost like a rocket, style shape to it, like a afterburner shape, almost like fire. That's a better way of putting it. Fire. That looks better. If that makes sense. All right, cool. Now, because the character is on the broom, how far we want to go with realism in terms of wind. So if it was windy, her hat would be up, a little bit more up like that. So we get a little bit of a brim on the hat. Actually, that looks cool. That gives it a bit of a cowboy-esque. Yep, that's cool. Answered the question already. That looks cool because it sort of gets that whip. Get a nice whip going on there. Yeah, I might do that as well. Broom strands with the stylized hair. It just depends on how much time we have to play with it, obviously. So something like that was looking really cool. It's 10:30 now in Australia, so we got some time. Let's get this shape in there. So we're going to have to bring down that. I'm not sure if I have to bring down the rim or because the rim is good where it is right now. Let's go look at some reference. Okay, so it sits at the base. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and get the shape of this thing up like this. I think, yeah, that'll be fine. We can have a pretty wide brim. Not brim, sorry. The base of the hat can be quite wide. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Because her head sits quite low, so we want to kind of get that going on there. Yeah, we'll make sure that we adapt that shape just to be a bit lower. So as you can see, you're constantly having to sort of fix up things even after the sketch is done. Hey David, how you doing? The screen is black in Twitch for some reason. That's really odd. Yeah, I've always had issues with Twitch and the live streams. I don't know why, but just jump on YouTube. YouTube is better for these sort of things anyway. I gotta say, like, I'm not a big fan of using Twitch for art live streams. I don't know why. It just doesn't feel the same. It's definitely more gamer centric, and like obviously less people watch it on Twitch anyway. It would be. The hat would be affected by the wind as well. But I guess it's a choice of style in this case. Like you sort of like whether the hat is just really, really like rigid, you can have that. That could be the logic, or it's just like this just looks better in the silhouette, so I'm just gonna go with that. Sometimes you just have to defy logic a little bit for the sake of a good graphic image, if that makes sense. All right. I'm going to get her arm looking a little bit more noodly in this one. Yeah, Twitch is, glitchy at the best of times, I find. I might get the, yeah, that looks cool. As for, it'd be really weird to have a cocktail, a pumpkin cocktail with holes in it. So I might just go with a regular pumpkin. To as a cocktail drink. So put it, that way. I'll fix her fingers up soon. Don't worry. So is this a pumpkin spice latte, or is this like something a bit more witchy, you reckon? What is it, like a potion? Or is a pumpkin spice latte a potion unto itself? What do you guys think? That's a straw, by the way, if that's what we're wondering. Parasol. I always forget how a parasol works in a drink, but let's just go like that. And I'll just go with a basic pumpkin for this one. No worries, have a good one. Thanks for joining again. Yeah, it's definitely spiked. Actually, let's just fix up this finger a little bit. Now the fingers, yeah, I can either fix it up or I can just live with what I got. Fingers looking a little bit crooked. So let's go ahead and fix them. Not sure what you mean by that, Nimarco, but yes. Wine, perhaps. Let's clear that up. Oops. Let's go with pure white. Clear that up. All right, cool. All right. I think we're good. All right. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with these fingers today. All right, it doesn't matter. She's a witch anyway, so I'll live with what I got. I should have just kept it the way it was, honestly. Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to see all the fingers anyway. Just imagine the other fingers are underneath the pumpkin. That's how it should be, at least. Or just maybe I'm overthinking it. That's definitely the case, I think. Probably because the pumpkin is quite big. That's why I'm having trouble with it. I need to move the pumpkin a bit closer. That's probably why. So even an artist who does this almost every day gets their hands screwed up. All right, that'll do. Yeah, I got to move the pumpkin. That's why it's getting all funny. Let's go ahead and move that a little bit closer. Transform tool. There we go. It just needs to sit like this a bit better in the hand. There we go. And now that will feel a lot more natural. Oops. Oh, thank you joining for not Alexander. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. All right, so yeah, that looks better. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. If her thumb will be on the other side of the pumpkin, basically. So that's better. Going a bit Dexter's Lab with the hands here. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Sweet. All right. Let's just quickly get that silhouette complete. Just get the moonlight in there. just to round that out. And just so you can see what it looks like without the sketch, without the underlying, it's coming up pretty good. You can see what lines are missing and stuff. So we'll just keep this, we're going to keep that underlying sketch visible in the final export, I think, as well. Just really low. But I think that should be enough. Get that moon in there. Now the moon can be like either diorama style, where it's like almost like a 2D image, or we can go with, and don't worry about the straw being a tangent, by the way. I can live with that. Or it can be a full sphere. So we'll see how we go with the moon. Most likely I just do it like a fake 2D backdrop. Yep. So we just got to make that moon a little smaller because now that's turning into a tangent. Or we make it larger. No, we'll make it smaller. All right. So for the rest of this stream, we'll jump into 3D and we'll try and get a blocking pass done on the pose and then smooth it out. And then we'll probably have to wrap it up there. But we'll continue this one probably sometime next weekend or maybe on an evening. Probably an evening stream. Don't worry about the centralization of the moon. I can fix that later on. We can make that look a little bit better later. But it's looking pretty centered anyway. So that's good. All right, sweet. Should the pigtails be more separate near the head? Well, I don't think I'm gonna go with pigtails anymore. It's just gonna be a big wavy hair thing. A bit more easier to manage. All right. Cool. Let's save the image. Now, let's see what we had before. We had this before. This is what we started off with. All right. And this is where we ended up. Super cool. Really happy with that. So that's before. There we go. We got after. What do you guys think? I think it's really fun. And it's got some personality in there. And we can see how different the poses are between the original and the new one. So like if you look at the original one, it's a bit more stiffer. This one's got a bit more of a lean. Super cool. All right. So let's go ahead and save that out as an export, as a JPEG. And bring it into Blender. Now I should probably make a new picture. I'm gonna make a new folder for this because otherwise it's just gonna be a mess. So let's go ahead and call this witch sculpt. All right, cool. I'm just gonna put it in there for now. Cool. All right. Yeah, I always like the storybook look in a way. Like when I draw stuff, it tends to look a bit like a cartoon or a storybook. Let's open up Blender and bring in the image. Now, the way we're going to do it is going to be a little bit different. So if you are following this along and you want to try it out this way, you can. So we're not going to make a T-pose. We're going to start off by copying the pose as is with the block out, and then we're going to straighten out the character into a T-pose. So let's go ahead and save this as a new file. Oops. O1. And we'll keep the cube because we'll probably end up using it anyway. And let's find our witch sculpt. Just drag that in there. Perfect. All right. All right, and now we're just going to rotate that on 90. And that will be our reference. Now let's go ahead and bring down the opacity. Yeah, we're gonna start doing it. We're gonna do it in this, and then we'll continue on in the next couple streams. So if you are going to check out the next few streams, I don't think I'll do it through YouTube. It will probably end up being through Patreon or through Discord. So we'll see about whether or not I'll make a choice. Yep, no worries. Also, Mando, make sure you're back by 11. All right. Well, in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. All right. The next giveaway is in 15 minutes. All right. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and bring down the opacity. All right. So we can see what we're doing, and we're going to bring this up a little bit. And I'm going to make sure I lock that off as well. So let's open up our filters and just sort of turn those on. And then let's move this into a new collection, call it reference. And then we'll probably lock that off. Now, I'm not going to be too concerned about scale right now, although if we really wanted to, I could be. So that's a 2-meter cube. We could bring down the reference to sit within that 2-meter cube. So the character will be 2 meters tall, but you know, that's not bad. So to sit it within that 2-meter area like that. We also want to see how we can't see the cube right now. I see the image through the cube. We want to turn on front, on depth, and on side, so we can actually see it. Now we're not going to have a side and front view to work with, so I'm just going to have the one reference. So I'm just going to put that over there, and now that should be fine to work with. All right, cool. So with the cube, we're going to start off by just blocking out the shapes. So let's go ahead and turn on random colors. And what I want to do, I'm going to be pretty loose with this. So I'm going to start off by just blocking out the body as you see here. So I'm just going to do it with basic shapes, and then we'll try and straighten it out, so to speak. I don't know if it's going to work very well, but we'll try. So I'm just going to go ahead and straighten, like sort of take the shapes. Let's turn on X-ray. So X-ray, there we are. And sort of shape it out like so. Yep. I'm going to start. Do that. Now again, I'm not being precious about the shapes here. We can straighten it out afterwards. This will just give me an idea of what I'm working with when it comes to our volumes, I guess you can say, and proportions. Let's go grab both of those and scale that down. This is a different method to what I'm going to be showing in the tutorials that I'm posting at the moment. But it's still a pretty effective way of doing it. So I'm just going to start with a cube again. Bring that down. So grab that, scale that. I might duplicate that shape again. I don't know if you can hear my daughter, but she's saying hello to the cats. It's cute. All right, cool. So we got that shape there. We're going to I might actually grab this again to represent our leg. Now you might see me like misclick all the time, and that's only because at work I use a PC and at home I use the Mac, and my brain is constantly having to switch between the shortcuts. So I'm constantly sort of fighting that. Oops, see, like that. All right, cool. Let's grab that and that. So I might just do 1/2 of the body as a reference, and then we'll sort of straighten it out. After 12 years, I'm still priming for a month and then making one character that I refuse to save, but it's fun. yeah, I was like that with my film as well, constantly making new changes to the character designs and stuff. Basically got nowhere until I just decided to put a plug in it and move on. Um, all right, cool. So there's our shapes. Let's do our head. I'm gonna go with a icosphere for this, I think. Let's go with the icosphere because that will go well with our character's face shape. And then we'll add let's add a cylinder for the neck. Actually, I'll go with this cube again because I find that if I go with too much geometry, even at this stage, it's too much. So let's go ahead and make a little bit of a neck like so. All right, cool. Now, I think this should be enough to work as our base to figure out what our proportions will be. So I'll put a little pelvis as well here and see where we go. Also the feet. I've got to make sure I do the feet too. So let's go ahead and grab. Let's go ahead and grab this. And sort of break out the shapes like so. Let's do an extrusion. Oops, too much. And then we'll add our, I actually might make a loop here and just sort of straighten that out too. There we go. And that's our foot. Our foot looks like, do I have a Discord link or is it private? It currently is private, but I'm thinking about opening it up. It's pretty quiet right now because I haven't had a chance to really engage with a lot of people on Discord, but I'm thinking about opening it up so it's just free for anyone to chat and ask questions and share cool work. So yeah, I'm thinking about becoming less and less reliant on Patreon in terms of like that sort of thing, and more reliant on Patreon through live streams and those sort of things, and keeping it alive that way. Cool, sweet. All right, so I just need to add an attachment for the pelvis. So I might just do that, and that will kind of be our basis. All right, so that doesn't look like much, but it actually shows a lot about what the proportions look like. It actually looks pretty cool. You know what I mean? So if you were to think about the character being this way, we could actually make that work. So that's really cool. So if we were to straighten these out, we'd probably get some nice shapes. So think about the fact that we can probably rotate this leg along X, rotate this body along, like basically rotate the whole thing except for the arms. So basically we would do this, something along these lines, where we'd grab these. Oh, let's just separate the arms first. And just figure out what this looks like so. So if we were to rotate this on X, along Z, sorry, we kind of have an idea of where that character's proportions will be. So I think that will work fine. So let's go ahead and I think I'm going to work with this actually. Let's just move on. Let's move on to this. So I'm going to move this to the center of the. Let's just go ahead and freeze the transforms. Let's just save that. Before I move on, I'm going to apply the rotation. And then I'm going to move this back into the center. So back onto X, 0, 0, and 0. And we have basically a nice little setup. So let's go to side view now and straighten out this leg. So let's go to the pivot point here, straighten out this leg. Oops, let's go to the pivot point here, straighten that out. So you can start to see what I mean. So if we grab all of this, straighten out that thigh. Now we're going to grab a pivot point there. Oops, wrong way. and straighten it out like so, we're starting to get the idea of what this character's proportions are looking like. That looks pretty good. So this is sort of like a way to avoid having to do a T-pose, so to speak. Cool. And now what we can do is we will, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's just go ahead and move this sideways a little bit. Let's move this one this way. I don't know if you can still hear the cat meowing. Oh, welcome back, Mando. Perfect. We've got about 5 more minutes until the draw. So you're just in time. So in about a minute's time, we'll start the same poll, not poll, the draw, and we'll get this show on the road. All right, cool. So that's looking pretty naff at the moment. That's okay. So what we got this leg that's well proportioned. So let's go ahead and move this sideways. Like so. All right. Let's turn off this, actually the transform there. That's cool. And now that we have that, let's go ahead and save the scale, apply the scale. And then I'm going to use the, where is it? Where's my auto mirror tool? It should be here. There it is, down there. Auto mirror to mirror out the legs. Now her torso looks tiny. Yes, this stream will be on YouTube permanently, Russo. So good to go. You should be able to watch back on this if you like. All right, cool. So we got 5 minutes. Let's do this. If you're online right now, you're in the draw to win a tablet, a Deco 640 tablet by XPPen. We're going to start the draw in a second. I'm going to count down from 10, and then you just have to slam your emotes in the chat. Just so you know, shipping is only available for those. Shipping is not available for those who are in Africa or in India at the moment, with the exception of Saudi Arabia and United Emirates. So unfortunately, you won't be able to be part of this competition. But everyone else in the world, you are eligible. So in 10 seconds, we are going to start the countdown. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Post an emote on the chat to be eligible to win a tablet. All right. So you got 5 minutes to post your emote. You got 5 minutes. All right. So at 11 o'clock Australian time, where I am now, I will do the draw. So chuck your emotes in the chat and good luck. All right. Go for it. Emotes. Any emote you can think of. Go nuts. All right. Let's do this. Go nuts. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm going to keep on fixing up these proportions while you do that. So I've got my thighs here. I might have to raise the body up a little bit so she doesn't look so squished. So let's go ahead and separate out her head. All right. Let's move that up a little bit. That just gives her a little bit more body to work with. So there we go. All right, keep going, guys. Yep, I'm seeing the emotes fly through. All right, great. Keep them coming. So the way that I'll draw the winner, I'll just randomly scroll through the list. So just keep the emotes going. The longer the list, the more I scroll, the more random it becomes. So yeah, the more you do it, the better. So just go crazy. We've already got one winner today, so we've got one more to go. So this is the last one for today. Let's do it. All right, I'm going to keep on doing this. Oops. All right. Keep on going. And if you just jumped into the stream right now, you still have a chance. You still have a chance, all right? So if you're just joining right now, you can be in the winning to win a tablet, a drawing tablet, XPPen Deco 640. Perfect tablet for those starting out. Perfect tablet for students. Perfect tablet for those who are traveling. It has Windows, Windows, Mac, Linux support. Even your mobile phone can use the tablet. So if you like to travel with your drawings and you don't have like a Note series Samsung, you can still do some really cool drawings with it. All right. Keep on going, guys. We've got 1 more minute to go. 1 more minute. Cool, 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 cool. Tons of emotes coming through. Tons of them. Post your best. Post your best. All right. Probably all right. 30 seconds left to go, I think. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. So, here we go. You got a little more work to go. Come on. Keep posting your emotes. It's all good. You still got a chance. You still got a chance. All right. We're done. All right. All done. Yeah. If you haven't posted now, you're done. Okay. All right. Good job, everyone. We're finished. So let's get the draw going. I'll let them roll out and finish up. I know there's a little bit of a delay between the chat, so I'm letting them just wind up a little bit before we do the draw. All right. Cool. Great work. Okay. Now it's time to do the draw. All right. So let's scroll. Good luck, everyone. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. That's a big scrolling. I'm literally scrolling up. I've actually maxed out on the scroll. So I'm closing my eyes. I move my mouse around. All right, keep going. Let's go. And we are going to stop in 3, 2, 1. And we have Not Alexander is the winner. Oh, that's cool. All right, Not Alexander, you are the winner for this one. You have won a tablet. I'm hoping that you got it. Is he still online? Not Alexander. Can I get a confirmation that you're here? Come on, come on, come on. Get a response. Are you online? Congratulations, you got it. Awesome. Congratulations, dude. You've won a tablet. So, you know my Instagram. Message me on Instagram right now, and so I can confirm that I'm getting the right person. And yeah, let's get the details. There we go. And good job. Congratulations, man. Especially consider like he's actually joined a lot of the streams, so it's actually really cool to see that someone that has been a regular has got it. All right, message me and I'll ping you. As soon as you ping me, I'll get your thingo. Yeah, Alexander's got not Alexander got the tablet, but Alexander will be shitting bricks. He should just gone with not the opposite of Alexander. All right. All right. I'm just getting in contact with him now on Insta. All right, cool. Congratulations to both of you. Congratulations to, sorry, I gotta get all the names now. To Not Alexander, and congratulations to sorry, Numako 999. Congratulations to the win. So you should get some. You might get a contact from XPPen directly in the next couple of days. They'll organize the shipping for me on my behalf, and you should receive the tablet in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully it all goes smoothly for you guys. So thank you for being part of the stream, and of course thank you for entering into the competition. It's been really fun, super cool. All right, so let's continue on. We're gonna go for another half an hour, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's go ahead and get this body done. Let's get the body blocking done. It's already looking pretty good for a little blocking, actually. So that's sketching. Oh, no worries. It's been super fun doing this with you guys. So the blocking has been really effective, actually. I think we've got a good little layout. So let's go ahead and straighten out these arms. I'm going to actually put it out in... One thing I want to do before I do that, I'm going to make sure I have the fingers ready to roll. So I'm just going to go ahead and just lower that arm a little bit. And actually, I might keep it as is. And make sure that we have the details we need for this to work. So I'm going to bring that glove down a little bit, like so. And let's just make sure we have enough room for a hand. So I'm actually going to cheat a little bit with the hand. I'm pretty sure there's a hand template in the asset browser. So we have this template here. There we go. Hand realistic, hand stylized. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag that in because I'm being lazy. This is all available for free, mind you, on the Blender website. So you can actually download these templated body shapes from the Blender website. So I could have started with this basically if I really wanted to. I could have started with that, but I felt like, nah, I'll do it my own way. But the hand, I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to go ahead and rotate that. So let's rotate that on. Let's rotate on Z 90. Oops. So the hand is in the wrong direction. So we need to scale that -1. Scale Y -1. Rotate X 90. Whoops. I gotta freeze the transforms. Rotate Y 90 rather. And then bring that up. Now her hand isn't going to be that big, so let's just bring that down a little bit. All right, cool. And just get an idea of that. Now that arm is looking really long, but let's have a look and see. Now that's, yeah, it's way too long. So let's just scale that down a little bit like that. That's way too long. So we need to make sure that's looking good. Now, the hand does have a cartoony proportion, so I might actually scale that up a little bit to be a bit larger, like that. All right. And also, I'm just going to pin Not Alexander as the winner as well. So I'm just going to go with, I'm going to pin your comment. Well, let me pin comments. Why don't you let me pin in? It's not working. There we are. There we are. Pin comment. Can I pin 2 comments? I'm not sure if I can. Nah, I have to replace it. All right, that's fine. All right. So, sorry, let's just jump back to the stream settings. All right, cool. So with this, what we're going to do is now rotate this arm into place. I'm going to go with a T pose here because it's just easier to deal with. And we're just going to see where that sits. Now that sits a little bit too far out, so I'm going to bring that back a little bit, like so. That should be fine. And we'll have to widen out that shoulder anyway, so we'll just do that. That's good enough. Once I've done that, I think I'll just apply the rotation and apply the location as well. I'll just apply all of them, and then I'm going to do auto mirror. There we go. Let's do that as well. Auto mirror that hand. Cool. So now we've got that going on. That's looking pretty cool. And let's just go ahead and grab that there. I'm going to split this up into halves. I'm going to auto mirror this as well. So now that's one piece. Let's just turn off X-ray for now and see how that's looking. I can close this out as well, by the way. Cool. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right, so that's looking pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to do a full like naked body, then the clothing. I'm just literally going to model according to the design. So, because she's not going to be changing clothes or anything like that. So, I'll do a very quick base sort of sculpt to sort of line up the proportions, and then I'll add the clothing. So, I'm not going to do boobies or anything like that for this one, unfortunately, for those who might be interested in that. All right. Cool. That's good. Let's bring that there. Here's a little trick, by the way, for those who are doing arms. So doing shoulders. So what you do is you should probably start off by doing, if you were doing like a box modeling methodology, you would start by, you can start by extruding out a loop like so. And then this is like the simplest way to do it, by the way. Extrude out the loop and then delete these faces. Actually, and then delete these faces as well. And that will give us the interface. And then you lift up these points. And then you got yourself your shoulder. How cool is that? Now, the reason why we leave a gap here, is because it allows you to avoid a 6-pointed star. So that's what allows you to do what you need to do. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and, oops, not fill that in. Let's go ahead and extrude that out. And we could probably join the arm, actually. So if I was to do this, I could probably just join the arm now. So I might do that and save myself some pain. So that being said, I'm probably going to remesh it anyway. But let's go ahead and add some loops. We'll delete these. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll join these together. Control J. And then we'll move this arm like so. Actually, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to sculpt, actually. We'll see. We'll see how we go. It might be able to get away with just box modeling this character. So I'm going to go ahead and merge the center. Merge, 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 merge. Actually, because we have a tablet showcase, I might just, I will probably do the proper thing and sculpt it. So, as you can see here, merge at center. Now we have our topology is pretty good if you were to just go down this route of just doing what you need to do. Now, the one thing I would do beyond this is I'd probably add a loop to sort of get the interface of the arm looking a little bit better. So if I was to go ahead and have my shoulder like this, there's 2 ways we can add our loop. One would be through here and one would be through here. I'm going to do it this way. So we'll grab this loop here. right? And then we're going to bevel it to separate it. That will give us just a little bit more breathing room for the shoulder. So that way it will deform nicely. You still got your nice edge flow, and things look nice and clean. And if you need to add a little bit of space between the shoulders and the body, we got that. So what we can do, I'm actually keep this topology as is, because that topology is enough for this character, actually. It's plenty. So what we can do is, with that in mind, let's just sculpt out that shape a little bit. So I'm going to grab my sculpting tools, and we'll do it in chunks. We'll sculpt it in chunks. So there's our first little area there to work with. So I'm just using the smooth brush now, and we'll gradually connect the bits of the body together with a box modeling, and then we'll sculpt it out, not with dynamic topology or anything like that, but we'll sculpt it out with good topology already set up. How's that sound? That sound good to you guys? All right, cool. Obviously, she's looking a little bit skinny there, so I'm going to bring out those hips a little bit more. Get that curviness back in. There we go. So we want to get that curviness into her arms. There we go. She has a pretty small frame, so we're going to make sure that that frame stays relatively light. There we go. And we can pull that around. So this is like a combination of sculpting and doing a traditional layout. So there we go. There's her body, almost done in terms of topology. That was pretty quick. I think that works really well. Yep, we've got a little bit of a bust in there. That's good. And yeah, I think her proportions are looking pretty good. All right, so the model will be animation friendly. I'll put a rig on it, and I'll give that away because I will have to pose it up for the final pose to match the image. So I'll rig it up using. I might use my custom rig. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. I probably will use the custom rig because it's Rococo friendly. So that would be fun to actually like make it move and dance. So I might do that actually. That would be really fun. So we've got this going on. So we got this glove. Do I need to keep it all one piece? The answer is no. I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this edge or this face, delete that. I'm going to add a loop here and a loop there. And then I'm going to grab this and then I'm going to delete that. Because we don't need to worry about physical, like seeing skin on the hands, I'm going to connect that to this hand here. I'm just going to connect it straight up. So what I'm going to do first is grab this glove and then using loop tools, I'm going to push circularize. And now we have a nice round glove to work with. I'm going to subdivide that a little bit. And then we may need to subdivide it further. So I'm going to separate this out first. Let's do one. How many loops are on this hand? So this hand has quite a few loops. We can probably reduce that actually. So we have on this one 8. We have 8 loops. Let's see. Where's my information? Let's go to up here and turn on mesh analysis. Not mesh analysis. We want. Where's the button? Sorry, they keep moving shit around. Statistics. That's what I want. So we have 8 loops here. 8 loops. And then we have on the hand, we have 16, 22. So we can probably reduce this. We don't need that geometry for this character. So let's just see what we can do about reducing that down along this part here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's do it over here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go ahead and reduce this down. So now we have how many loops? 18. We will have to double this up most likely. So down here, let's go ahead and add a reduction on this area here. Let's see, let's reduce it here. 1, 2, 3. All right, how many we got now? We got 16. So now if we were to double up this, we'll have 16 loops. So let's go ahead and use a subdivision modifier for that. And we can apply that. And now we have 16 loops. Now we have 16 loops between the hand and the glove. Oh, the glove interface. Ah, come on. Sorry. Sometimes it scrolls. It gets fixated on the that area there. So we have these. Now technically, I could just extrude out a new glove if I wanted to. But since we have the perfect amount of loops, we may as well just merge them. Join. And then use the bridge tool to bridge. And now we have our glove. And now what we need to do now is, yeah, I got a few videos coming up soon with the with that in mind. So that will be fine. I'll be talking in depth about that soon. So now we have this glove interface done. You can see here we have a bunch of vertex selection sets. So we can actually hide that for now. We don't need them. So let's just turn off face sets for now. And I'm just going to smooth out. Let's smooth out the glove a little bit so it's merging nicer. Because now we have a glove. Now it's looking a bit wonky there a little bit, but that's okay. We can fix that. Now, if you find yourself having trouble doing your sculpt or like doing your modeling, I highly recommend just turn on wireframe overlay. So just turn on wireframe just so you can see where the things are flowing, and it makes it a little bit easier. So right now that's looking a little bit noodly arm, so we need to bring that back up a little bit. So we need to bring the glove up a little bit. So let's just go ahead and go into X-ray, soft select, and then just bring that up a little bit so it's a little bit straighter, like so. Now, in order to smooth this out, I'm going to do a little bit of trickery again and recircularize. Oops, that didn't work out. Let's just smooth it out overall then. All right, cool. I think that will do for now. As a blocking, that will do. Have a good one. No worries. Thanks for joining, Johnny. All right, cool. Now, we can always double check on the length of the arms later, but it will do for now. Let's get the legs up and running now. Let's get those legs merged up. So these are all one piece, so this is pretty easy to merge. So let's just go ahead and grab those faces. Now the knee is looking pretty good. I think I like the knee rotation of that. Let's turn off the bounding box there. We're going to wrap it up in about 8 minutes or so. And then we'll continue this on in the next stream. All right, cool. So now we have that. Let's go ahead and let's just merge the center. Actually, merge to last. All right, cool. So now we have our legs locked out. Let's do the same thing with the feet. Let's grab that. All right, sweet. Cool. All right, so the feet are gonna be a little bit different because I'm not gonna, again, I'm not gonna have like actually model out feet. I'm just gonna model out the shoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just merge these together for now, and we'll worry about the logistics of adding the shoe later. Cool. Because what we can do, we're gonna add the heel later on as well. All right, let's add a little bit of calf action. It's looking a little bit skinny there. There we go. A little bit of thigh action there, because that's looking a bit skinny there as well. There we go. Now we're looking good, and we'll bring this in a little bit as well. Sweet. All right, cool. So we're getting pretty close to a decent a decent little block out. All right, so for the to connect the thighs and the body, what we're going to do is something similar to the shoulders. We're going to, let's just delete the hole in that leg there, and bring that down and straighten that out. Cool. All right. G'day, Zunez. Thank you for joining. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do an extrusion first of the body. 1, 2, 3. So let's extrude that down a little bit first, right? And then what we're going to do is make a loop in the middle, and then we're going to cut away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Delete those. Delete that. And now we're going to add some loops for our legs. 1 and 2. I'm going to keep it simple for now. So let's see how many loops we have here. Firstly, we have 10 loops. All right, we have 10 loops. That's fair enough. This one has 8. So we need to add or remove loops. We'll probably add loops to the thigh. That makes sense. Yeah, a stream. Yeah, I got an idea of how to do streams going forward. It probably won't be on YouTube, but we'll figure things out in the future. Either it's going to be a public stream through Patreon or a public or a private stream through Patreon. We'll see how we go. So I'm going to circularize that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to extrude out a loop like this, I think. Now this is kind of tricky. So what we need to do, we're going to make a loop here first. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of a method now. So let's start off by just joining these up. We don't have to worry about doing any weird loops. Let's just join these together. Join. And then we'll circularize this. Oh, that looks a bit funny, but that's okay. We can edit that a little bit. Just bring that down in the intensity. Like so. Try circularizing that again. Sweet. And then we can bring that up a little bit more. Sweet, there we go. That works well. So we still have 10 to work with, but we'll live. So the easy ones to fix for now. Oops, let's not go too crazy with the merging. It's going to be a witch. All right, so let's go ahead and join this side and this side. This ones are the obvious ones to fix. All right, 1, 2, and those two at the front, same thing, center line, 1, 2. Now, and then of course 1, 2. So what we're going to be left with is a triangle. All right. So we've got these triangles to deal with. Now that's okay. because we can either add a loop down the leg or a loop down here. Now we're probably going to need some loops down here anyway. So let's go ahead and add. Let's remove these two and add a loop here and here. Now what we're going to do now is join those. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. That fixes the inside of the leg. Now we have 4 and 2 here. So let's go ahead and 1, 2. That will give us enough geometry for the arms as well. So boom, 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 boom. Sweet. Now that looks a bit naff right now, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. So you can see here that now we have 10 loops or 12 loops around the legs. So we're going to probably end up with 16. So what we're going to do is add a loop down here and a loop here. And that will give us a really clean 16 loops for the legs. And that's nice and equal across the entire legs and the on the both sides and the front. So now what we can do is grab our sculpt tool and start to clean that up. Let's go ahead and clean that up. There we go. Pretty clean. I think that will do. I'm not going to worry about like doing all the butt loops and stuff because she's going to be wearing a skirt. So I don't need to worry about like being super specific about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just clean that up a little bit. But now we have some nice quads to work with. And now we just add a few more loops for the thigh. Add more loops for the shin. Now the shin, of course, is going to be smoothed out as well and turned into a boot. All right. So that will be fine. All right. So let's just smooth it out, and I think I'll wrap it up there. And then next week, or sometime next week, I'll announce another streaming date, and we can continue this on, because I wouldn't mind getting this ready for next weekend, at least like the model itself ready, so I can do some sculpting, and some we'll do some sculpting and stuff at PAX. So that's gonna be really fun. So this is a great way to prepare for that. All right, let's just get that last vert. I want to get that down like that. There we go. That'll be the basis for the bum once we sculpt it out a little bit. But I think we got ourselves a pretty decent little setup. No bikini line with this one because she's going to be wearing a skirt. Obviously, she's looking a little bit flat, a little bit at the front. But let's just quickly do that before you wrap up. Let's go ahead and give her some depth. So you add or subtract detail sort of features of the mesh according to their needs. So if a character doesn't need to have a bikini line, then you don't bother, because it's not going to, if you're not going to see it deform, then it's not really that useful. Now this is where I'd have two windows open. Come on. Just so I can see that what I'm doing on the side, she doesn't end up looking pregnant or anything like that. There we go. Smooth that out. And just kind of get that body in there a little bit more. And get some nice structure going on there. That looks much better. So I'm also going to be mindful that this is meant to be kind of cartoony, so I want to keep those hips pretty cinched. like so, and we should be good to go. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that for now. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not sure why it's black. Probably because of some bullshit with the login. Did you make your custom rig from that book you recommended? Yeah, a combination of that book and a few other learnings that I made over the last few months doing rigging. I've been rigging a lot in Maya lately, so I took some of those principles and I sort of adapted them to Blender. So yeah, definitely useful. That book is awesome. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, she needs a cushion. Yeah, exactly right. Maybe add a cushion to that broom. Who knows? All right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. We've got plenty to do in the next few streams, but it's been super fun chatting to all you guys. It's been really cool. But that will be it for today. 2 hours flat, or 2.5 hours, I think it was. So yeah, really, really good stream. Again, if you want to watch back on this, feel free to check it out. It will be online. It's just gonna stay that way, stay there. But yeah, really cool stuff. All right, no worries. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next couple of days, maybe in about a week or so. All right, cheers.